Hey, this is Leonard. Now, in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is 5 ways you can raise your vibrational frequency. So before I get into these, it's important to understand with our vibrational frequency, we need to look at where we are predominantly most of the time. And I've talked about this before, but by using these steps that I'm going to be, or these 5 different methods to raise our vibrational frequency, we can do that, but we have to be aware of it. We have to be aware of our environment, what's affecting our vibrational frequency, being aware of those. I've done another video on that, on the influences, but by being aware of that, then we can be like, okay, my vibration is low. I know actively my intention is to change it, and there's these different things that we can do, which I'll go into. So being aware of what your vibration is on a daily basis, the things that affect it is going to be it's almost like the first step. It's the unofficial first step. So the first thing, I'm going to keep this really simple. The first one is your thoughts. Ultimately, where our vibrational frequency is going to be a product of what's going on in our mind, in our thoughts. So it would make sense to have this one as the first step. I mean, what are you focusing on? When you wake up, how do you feel? What is going on in your mind? What sort of self-talk do you have? Do you have negative self-talk, either about yourself or about others? Once we're aware of that, we can, and when we realize what we're doing, we can, with intention, we can shift our thoughts and focus on things that are more positive, things that are going to raise our vibration. Like focusing on gratitude, for example. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational thoughts that you can think about. It has this sort of this humbling effect, this of just being really grateful for all the different things in your life. It could be anything, it could be the things that are really small, and this is a really good thing to do first thing in the morning. Have a gratitude practice. Just think of 5 things that you're grateful for as soon as you get up, or you can have a gratitude journal. You can write these things down, which is a really good reference point for you to go to every time you feel in a bit down, your vibration's a bit down. Go to your gratitude journal and just look at all the things that you're grateful for, just as a trigger. Because sometimes if we're feeling a little bit low vibrational, sometimes it's a bit difficult to see through this fog, this sort of mist of these sort of low vibrational feelings and emotions that we're in. So it's good to have a reference point to go back to, or you can stick them on a corkboard on the wall, or whatever you want to do. So thinking high vibrational thoughts, thoughts of abundance, of joy, of love, of appreciation of life, appreciation of people, of things, of where you are. There's so many different thoughts that we can put into our mind, and we can do this through intention, by bringing awarenesses to what we're thinking on a daily basis, and really trying to actively have a mindset and thoughts that empower us and don't disempower us. And thoughts about ourselves, thoughts about other people, judgments, etc. And yeah, like I said, just bringing awareness to this is something that's really gonna be transformational, and this is why I've put it at number 1. Number 2, this wouldn't really be a very good video talking about vibrational frequency if I didn't mention meditation. Obviously, this is something that comes up time and time again, and this is something that many people talk about because of the benefits of meditation. I meditate every day in the morning, and many people on this sort of either personal development or spiritual journey will meditate, and there's many reasons for that. And I appreciate that if you're new to it, sometimes it feels like nothing's really happening, or you don't know if it's working, or etc. like that. It does. For me anyway, obviously everyone is going to be different, but for me it takes a little bit of time before you really start to see the benefits of this. But really it's not really so much of focusing on having no thoughts and all that sort of stuff. It's really just about being present, and this sort of training of the mind of being present and bringing yourself back to center, either focusing on the breathing or focusing on the heartbeat. It really trains the mind to be present, and this is really helps increase your awareness. Like I said, with your thoughts, it's all very well trying to change your thoughts, but if you're not even aware, you're an autopilot, and you're acting out patterns based on your past behavior, and you don't even realize the thoughts that are going on in your mind. So it's very good to practice being present and bringing awareness. And meditation is one of the things that does that. Also has a very calming effect. Physiologically, it has a calming effect on the body when you're just present, you're just with your thoughts, you're just with yourself. There's so much noise and distractions going on in life that, just by taking some time out, being with yourself and just being with your mind and just trying to be present, that's all it really is. And obviously there's different types of meditation, but that's like a passive meditation. And it has, I wouldn't miss my meditation for anything. I do it every day. I'm quite consistent with that, because I see the benefits. And there's other things as well. You become a bit calmer in day-to-day basis as well, just because I think I guess you're just more aware of what's going on and aware of your thoughts and emotions, etc. So it has many benefits, but it definitely helps raise your vibration because you're bringing yourself back to the present moment. And when you finish your meditation, you're more aware of what's going on, more aware of what's going on in your mind, which links into the first point. The third point is going to be breathing techniques. So this, again, similar to meditation, breathing techniques are really, it really helps shift your state, and it has a physiological effect on your body. I do the Wim Hof Method. You probably heard of Wim Hof. He's the Iceman. He does his like cold showers, cold baths and all that sort of stuff, which is another thing I do, which is actually good, again, for raising your vibration, because it makes you really present. You can't you might go into having your cold shower with all these sort of thoughts and stuff, and it not only wakes you up as in from a sleepy state, but it wakes you up from a mental state of like what you're thinking and makes you present. So that's just a little bonus one there. But I use the Wim Hof breathing technique because it's about 11 minutes long. You can get it free. It's on YouTube, and obviously explore his stuff if that's something that's interesting to you. And yes, you do this breathing technique, and you're breathing about 30 times, and then you're holding your breath, etc. And it shifts your physiology. You just feel different afterwards. It's an amazing thing to use to raise your vibrational frequency, especially if you're stressed, or you're particularly low vibration. Go off and do a Wim Hof breathing, or there's many other techniques out there. You can do box breathing. There's lots of different breathing techniques out there. I would urge you to go and explore that. Take responsibility for your state. Take responsibility for understanding what these tools are to raise your vibration whenever you want, and you should be in control of that. So when your vibration dips, something affects you, something triggers you, then you can go and take charge of that. And doing a breathing technique is really good. Just take 10 minutes out and go and do that. And it shifts your physiology, shifts your thoughts, and it really helps you get a lot more on track and raises your vibration at the same time. So I do that in the morning. I do that and other times a day sometimes, along with my meditation. So I'm using all these different things. Also aware of my thoughts. I'm using these three different things to raise my vibration, as a starting point to the day. So I just set myself up to win, giving yourself the best chance to have a high vibrational all day. And then that obviously attracts, it fits in with manifestation and law of attraction, etc., because you're coming from that high vibrational point. So the next one is going to be your peer group. So having like a high vibe tribe, as it were, having like-minded people who are also on this journey, who are also taking responsibility for their thoughts, for their personal development, for their growth, for their education, for their thinking, etc. All these different areas, for their health, money. There's like an endless list of things that you can be doing within personal growth. And people who are like that, they're more high vibrational. Obviously that's going to have an impact on you, because your environment trumps will over time. So if you're in an environment with high vibrational people, then that is going to have a massive positive effect on you. And I have an accountability partner that I speak with on a regular basis. usually once a week, sometimes more, depends on what we're doing and what we're discussing. And I also meet up with other people within, friends I have within the personal development industry. And, by mixing with these people, like-minded people, talking about high vibrational things, it shifts your vibration, because, people are taking responsibility. There's no drama, low vibration negativity. We hold each other accountable, and we're pushing each other to grow. And it has a massive effect. It's one of the biggest things I think that I've done in the last couple of years. So that's your peer group. That's number 4. The 5th one is going to be what you consume. So, what you consume, like we've talked about the thoughts and everything. So if your thoughts, if you're not putting in high vibrational content, then that is, you're going to have an uphill struggle with that, by educating yourself, consuming high vibrational content, learning about new things, learning about, like the things we're talking about, exactly like this video. Hopefully you're learning something. Then this is all stuff that's going to empower us and shift our vibration, increase our vibrational frequency. So by consuming content that empowers you, be responsible for what you put into your mind. If you're watching the news or any negativity or anything that has a bit of an agenda behind it that's not really serving you, then just get rid of that. And same with films or music, or what documentaries you're watching, or what videos you're watching on YouTube, etc. Surround yourself. It's like this whole process is a real like immersion of high vibrational things within your environment. Your thoughts, your techniques you're using, breathing, meditation, your peer group, what you're consuming. It's like a complete whole rounded environment for you to be high vibrational, and this is going to have a massive effect on your on increasing your vibrational frequency on a daily basis. Obviously, if you're just doing some of these, it's still going to have an effect, and you can take charge of your vibrational frequency by using some of these things like the breathing techniques to shift your vibrational frequency whenever you want. But yeah, they're the 5 things that really stand out for me. And because you've stayed on so long, I'm going to give you a little bonus as well, and that is forgiveness. So the bonus one is forgiveness. Now, the thing is, there's a thing with forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning behavior. So bad things can happen to people. Unfortunately, this is life. But by holding on to resentment, this is something that really keeps us in a low vibrational state. Like I said, we're not condoning behavior. If something bad has happened to you, we're not condoning that behavior. But by letting it go, by getting to a place of forgiveness, then you're not stopping yourself. Because if you're holding on to that resentment, you're holding yourself from moving forward. So letting go of that, and take, if someone has done something to you, they're probably not in that place anymore. So you're sort of holding on to the past. It's almost like you're hurting yourself continually. So by letting go and forgiving, then you get to move on, and you get to empower yourself. And I found that this links in with the peer group as well, because once you start mixing with the right people, then you realize that other people have gone through similar things or difficult things, and this really helps you, because you get to a place of like, okay, you're not doing this stuff on your own. You have other people who are thinking the same things. So, and other people, if you know someone that's gone through something more difficult than you have, and they've learned to forgive, then that is a really good place for you to be like, okay, I need to step it up and take charge of what I'm thinking of, of things that have gone on, and my perspective on that, and where I want to be moving forward, as it were. So that's the 5 things to raise your vibrational frequency. I hope you enjoyed that. If you got any more that you want to contribute, then please leave a comment down below, and I'll look forward to reading those, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.